yeah, I'm looking forward because I've not watched any pro games either, so I'm looking forward to seeing Anubis in a proper context rather than just some matchmaking randomness. Hopefully the pause isn't particularly long. And indeed it isn't, except on my screen it's showing just the pause seat spawn. That's very weird. For some reason my actual CS screen is buffering, but the stream is completely fine. This is the wildest thing I've ever seen. I am going to have to cast looking at my Streamlabs OBS preview. Okay, so the bomb is down. Illyrians went down mid to start off this round. Got one hiding ninja, one is towards water as well. And the retake coming in. Fogly took out the ninja player. Rustic is the one to take out the player towards water. And I am very confused as to what is happening. If I tab out, why is Counter-Strike okay? My game is having an interesting time of things. I'm gonna have to adjust my OBS settings so I can see the screen better. But a very strong retake there from the CT side and the pistol. Although the bomb going down does mean Illyrians have a bit of a better buy. They've got more rifles. They've gone for full Galils. Looks like they're setting up A again. In comes the smoke. Four of them are going to try to barrel their way out the gate, but that Molotov is spectacularly timed. P-back gets one with it, assisted by Nick dealing some damage with his M4. And another Molotov just to really cement this defense. Rustic hanging around as well, having a little peek. He's got a smoke for water, so that's a little bit of cover behind him. As, I think that's Amafly. Tries to sneak his way across bridge into double doors. Donis trying to find some sort of angle now as he looks to find an opening back into this round for his team. He's done a little bit more damage to Nick. He's really taken a beating. But no kills have yet come in for the Kosovan side. As I say that, they do get one. Down goes P-back of all people. It's not Nick to go down first. Don is finding the other CT player that was on the A site. Or is that B? That's B site, isn't it? Kuta coming through water. He's found another kill, and Nick, the low HP player, has two players coming towards him, and he's trying to just hold on to the backup. That's the word I was looking for. Gets there, and it does. As Nick gets a kill of his own, Flame coming in from Palace. And it's a nice 2-0 start to the game for the CT side. My screen, right? So everything is fine on stream. Everything is fine in OBS. My screen on my actual screen where Counter-Strike is showing the end of last round. From Fogly's point of view. This is wild. Anyway, P-back comes rushing through into A long. Assisted by the flash from Nick, and Rustic is committed with him. Great nade as well. Amplify down to just 4 HP. Nick finds Adonis trying to sneak in from water. And Flame continues to hold this middle position from Connector. I think that's Fogly's all the way up towards Fountain as well for his A defense. After the initial kill, P-back has just dropped back into sight and is just jump peeking from behind the pillar. I've got to say, I'm loving the map pool so far from Token this season. The 3 maps they have played was the first 2 games were on Ancient. The next game was on Vertigo, and then this one Anubis. As someone who enjoys playing the less frequented maps of CS, this is a joy to watch. But things have gone quiet on the Illyrian side as they try and contact their way onto B. There's still 2 defenders here. Rustic has found the first one. P-Back finds the player coming in from main. And Rustic ends it off with the second player that was in water. I am very confused as to what my CS is doing, because it's so showing Flame's point of view as he's looking into Palace from the end of last round. Now we get the first gun round. The MP9's still out in force on the CT side because they're yet to die with them. This time around, Token, they're going to go aggressive on B. On A, rather. And Flame finds one of the players in towards Boat. Rustic finds 2 kills in middle as well. He's pushed into the double doors. And he finds all 3 of them that were on bridge. Down to just Amafly on that AWP. How quickly has this round gone away from the Illyrians? Rustic, 4 HP, getting 3 kills. Amafly just shifting around, trying to find any sort of mistake from the Token players, but that smoke on bridge completely cuts off that chance. The player that was aggressive on A has dropped back a little bit towards the site as well. And P-Back has pushed behind him to get the knife kill. After a bit of a rough start to the season, Token are having a lovely start to this game. It's Tech9s for the side of Illyrians. Looks to me like it's just going to be a bridge rush as well. Rustic did spectacularly well holding it last round. This time it's Flame's turn, but he doesn't get a single kill. 6 HP left on Adonis, but he still gets the kill and the AK to boot. Holding for anyone coming from B long, but not the case. Instead, Illyrians found their way onto the A site. Nick trying to see if he can fight his way back into middle. Foley comes from tunnels, and he gets 2. Into heaven he goes, and he gets 2 of the kills, but very quickly Adonis. This man has been a menace with the Tech-9. He finds 3 kills, and that dropped AK onto Decenity seals off the round, and Illyrians get themselves on the scoreboard. So finally, the Kosovan side are on the board. Maybe not a reputable method, as it comes off the back of 3 kills from Adonis with a Tech-9. That nade is good. Amafly gets domed with it. Hasn't even seen anyone. He's already lost a significant chunk of health. Kuta after round 3, just a little bit concerned of someone aggressing the A site. Not the case this time around. That nade is good to take out damage on Kuta as well. These nades have been spectacular from Token Gaming. But mid is in the hands of Illyrians. Attack of the Molotov, just going to alert that Palace player that they are indeed close. Nick sitting on top of the stairs. He pulls out a grenade just at the wrong moment. And now they can push right up close to him, and he's in a difficult spot. A one and done position, but he does get the one he needed. Rustic off the back of that aggressing into water, just to make things a little bit safer for them. P-Back sitting back in Ninja. And He shuts down the rest of the attack. Hammerfly left all alone once again. Stuck his way into CT, tries to make it to cave, but Fogley is there on beach to end things off. And just as quickly as they won a round, sent right back down to a loss. But thankfully, that round win that they got was on an eco, which means they still have money to buy into this round. Kuta is going to be compromising quite significantly. In fact, not at all for a brief second, but he does buy the Deagle armor right at the last moment. Nick peeking into bridge from double doors. Misses the first shot. That was a difficult flick to make up onto that boosted player. Insanity has found an opening in bridge. Dardy gets one as well. That's him popping up for the first time this game. Hammerfly coming in from long to try and get the trade, but it's Kuta instead. P-Back did the best he could from Ninja to shut down this attack once again, but he only got one. Flame rotating in from Palace is only good for one as well, and Fogley, if he wants to keep the wins going for Token, has to 1v3, but he looks content just to sit back and save for this round. So that's going to be a second on the board for ILLYRIANS. This is the wildest FPS issue that I've ever experienced. The fact that it's completely fine for everyone but me is spectacular. Because I'm watching, I have this stream open on my phone on a different account as well. So I know the live stream itself is perfectly fine. And I know the OBS preview is perfectly fine as well, because that's how I'm casting this game. ILLYRIANS have a significant amount of money invested in this round from what they had. So a loss here could be pretty substantial for them, particularly if they don't get the bomb down. You can see that bridge defense from Token has changed it up once again. This time it's just Flame alone with the FAMAS as Nick moves his way over to B. Rossick, that is a spectacular nade. These HEs from Token to start off this game have been pretty strong, dealing significant amounts of damage. But water and bridge control is firmly in the hands of ILLYRIANS. Molotov from P-Back not quite deep enough to land just outside of the smoke. Now it's going to be difficult for the Token defense because Dardy comes in with the flash from Kuta. He gets two nice kills. Flame deals with that bridge look, but Nick is already good for one on the B defense before Dardy trades that out as well. Down to a singular point of health goes the T-Man. Hammerfly is already watching the flank. Flame stands limited chance with that low health HP. And Fogley left alone. 1 versus 3. Once again, seems very content on just trying to save this M4 into the next round. None of the T's will look to hunt this over in middle. Choosing the A avenue instead, and Fogley pretty aware that he's probably fine to save in Palace. So ILLYRIANS have closed the gap back to 2 rounds. A couple of wins on the trot now. And it's reset the economy of Token Gaming. Down to just the eco and the saved M4 from Fogley. grenades answering back from Illyrians aren't quite as spectacular as those that Token Gaming have been providing. The flash into bridge for Flame. It certainly blinded a couple of players, but Insanity completely free to just get these kills one by one. Fugly, meanwhile, defending the A site from Boat to give away into Token for this round. But Adonis deals with that remaining mid player. And he gets the dink onto Adonis as Fugly. But this man has been so spectacular at finding openings for Illyrians when they've had rounds to win. And Hammerfly already in preparation for Rustic behind, just like he was for Flame in the previous round. And the gap closes to 1. 3 rounds in a row for the T side. Rustic, even after the eco last round, is on an MP9. Nade could be good. Could be very good, in fact. It does 50 HP of damage to 2 players on the Illyrian side. But it does need to be careful here because they've already pushed past the Molotov. Down goes Flame. Does a huge amount of damage with that HE, but is caught off guard by just how quick down bridge they were. Not deterred by the utility coming out from the bridge defense. And now Adonis, this time doubling up with Disanity to take that A site. And it's a 2 versus 5 for the Token Gaming CT. But P-Back already finds 1. If Rustic had an M4, maybe, just maybe, this round would have looked a lot more doable because Disanity probably would have gone down there as well. Instead, P-Back tries to swivel around and take out Dardy. He's not able to complete it. Let's retire the score back up once again. First time we've been tied since the start of the game. That fast rush down bridge was very effective for the Illyrian side. They did receive a lot of damage with that grenade. Again, Adonis still... I mean, 24 HP is still a significant amount from a HE. Had the M4s been out for the Token Gaming side rather than the Zico, that would have put him down into headshot range. Ugly only connects once onto Dardy with that Deagle. Has to back off as he's low HP now. The bomb moving to position itself outside of A. Oh, Fugly. Trying to see. I think he was trying to hop back down into sight, but Dardy very quick to position himself into A main. And Hammerfly has found himself a kill in this round as well. Found himself a couple of kills in this round, actually. Nick lurking his way through T-spawn, trying to see if anything is available for him to recover. And it is going to be the case. Hammerfly caught off guard. And the AWPer has been found by the counterpart for the other team. Difficulty here is trying to save this now, because there's already going to be a man in T-spawn. He switched to the pistol at the wrong moment, and Adonis, bit of a whiff, but he does get the kill in the end. The USP, not sufficient enough to get a second. A player on either side have broken into double digits for kills, but they're pretty similar in the kill count. The only person lagging behind a bit is Cuta. Despite that, Illyrians have taken the lead. Some good grenade usage over on bridge as well. to just make things a little bit awkward for Flame. But double aggression on that A site means Nick finds the opening kill. He does have a man there to assist him as well. But they find that opening pick and then they back off. And now Illyrians turn their attention over towards middle. Flame, he's found one. Is traded out, and Hammerfly was able to take out Nick trying to peek in from connector. Cute. Is able to take out Rustic. Yes, he is. That's a great flick over. Boldly positioning himself behind the smoking connector. He puts this back into an even man situation, and P-Back not wasting any time, not giving any respect to the T side as he just goes through the smoke, blocking off Palace. And Kuta, 9 HP. 2 players to find. And P-Back, the IGL for the CT side, is already hyper aware of where he could be. And we tie the score up, and Token have stopped the 5-round streak that Illyrians were on. But we still have a round. Because those 5 rounds have allowed Illyrians to build up quite a bit of money. Maybe not more than they... Maybe less than they should have. 5 rounds in a row. And already 1 round is looking like a risky money situation. I mean, it could be good. Oh my god, these nades from Token, man. I've said it several rounds in a row, but my god, these nades, they're doing so much damage. That second one is not quite as good as it could have been, but that could have been Daddy out with just grenades alone. Meanwhile, Desanity taking matters into his own hands. He goes running out onto 8. He finds the opening. Kuta looks his way out into middle and gets one as well. 2 players on low HP for the Illyrian side is going to make this a difficult post plant. But they do need to get that bomb down first, because they so far have yet to do it. Donna's looking around in T-spawn, seeing if any of the remaining Token players are going to want to try and lurk their way out in behind. Not going to be the case. There's 2 trying to come in from connector and 1 from tunnels, but both of them, all 3 in fact, have been dealt with very significantly quickly. 3 kills in the round for Kuta, despite the low HP. And Illyrians are 1 round away from winning this half. The throat is very dry right now. It's the eco from Token. Pretty much guarantees the half win for Illyrians, but it's final round next round, so it'd be stupid to force buy into this round. Donut seems very aware that there was could have been multiple players pushed up on B. He was ready for Rustic, but wasn't able to get the kill on 2 low HP. And Rustic has found 2 kills, trying to bait out the shot from Hammerfly. But instead, it's going to receive an AWP bullet to the head. And Fogley, left alone in Ninja with just a deagle and armor. There is 1 player looking around ruins. But for the most part, the Illyrian side has committed into A instead, which is the right call to make in this scenario. Fogley does have something valuable to take into the next round, though, as he recovers the AK taken out by Rustic earlier on in the round. This is going to come down to timing, and it doesn't favour Fogley. Insanity puts an end to the round very quickly. after entering onto that B site, trying to find the save. For the first time this game, Illyrians put themselves 2 rounds ahead of the CT side. But Kutza accidentally knifing the back of Amify, the AWP coming into this round with a disadvantage, and the nades, this time around, not spectacular for the CT side, but instead, Flame going to receive a lot of damage. And as he tried to aggress behind the smoke, not able to connect onto the AWP that was holding from stairs, and instead, Dardy coming through that smoke is able to find the opening, pick up the round. The Molotov too late, and down goes Fogli, and Nick has been discovered as well. The A site has fallen very quickly into this round. This retake is going to prove to be a very difficult one for the Token side. Secondary AWP on Rustic. Didn't even get a chance to have an impact in this round. He does find one of the players that committed through into CT to try and get behind this retake. Dennis sitting very close to this smoke. He's going to get caught by it. Payback. Really good from him, but he can't get the next player that was close up as well. And Disanity is going to take out both of them. A distraction from Amify, and I think he legged Rustic as well. Winning both pistol rounds will go a long way into having a really good run in this game for Token. So he's starting off with that Rage Smoke. And Rustic watching for the B aggression. He's found one. He seems aware that there was another player there as well. And he finds Amify. He finds Disanity as well. Rustic with the P250 just tapping away at the CTs. He's found 3 kills in this round so far, and the bomb goes down on the B site. There is a player just outside of Palace. They're coming behind and spawn as well, and Rustic, he's found the head of Dardy. This man's on a tear with the P250. I think he's already prepared for Adonis coming from behind. He's going aggressive for it. Adonis is going to find the kill. A little bit of impatience trying to find the ace from Rustic. Causes him to go down. Nick will go down as well. And Adonis, they're just consolation kills. As one man has just torn apart the entire defense from Illyrians. And we are 2 rounds into this half. And we already have 2 players on the Token side that are able to buy an AK and full grenades. Sure, that's how economy works. A slightly delayed peek from Flame. He almost had a chance. Crouch peek headshotting Dardy. Instead is confident enough to retake that duel. Just does a little bit of tag damage to the Deagle armored player. That grenade. Really good to deal damage to Nick. Illyrians taking their chance now at dealing with those heavy hitting grenades. But instead, the trades come in from Token. As Flame gets one, Fogli gets one as well. Bomb goes down on default. And Dardy coming in from Cave. No one is presenting with any jewels except for the man fighting Adonis in Palace. Fogli's been found, traded by Payback immediately, who remains on default, and Rustic has come in from water now at just the right moment, and he sprays them both down with headshots. The look from Rustic in the second round. almost as spectacular as the 4 kills he found in the first. Token starting off this half exactly as they started off the first half. That's them 1 round away from equalizing up against Illyrians, but the force buy in the second round means that coming into this one, the CT side is going to have to eco. You can see Token are aware of that as well, because even after losing a man last time around, rather than upgrading things to the AK, they've gone down to the Mac-10 instead, and Rostic and P-Back combined together. 3 kills for Rostic, 1 for the IGL. And very quickly that round gets shut down. And now Illyrians can look to work their way back into this game, just like they did in the first half. Kuta flashes his teammate into an aggressive B position. But there's 2 players there from the Token side, and Flame controls his spray well to take out the Sanity as the smoke plumes. Adonis going aggressive on A. He's been found by Rostic. This man has been spectacular with his headshots to start off this half, and Nick, that's a confident repeat. He's found Kuta. He's still holding this bridge angle as well. There's no way that Amify expects this. Dardy makes himself known as he takes out Rostic. This has been a confident round from Token Gaming, as they've just sat back and let Illyrians 1 by 1 open themselves up to the T side. P-Back. When it's been in these situations, he has been so effective at picking the right angle to hold as that remaining Illyrians player comes in. And once again, this time around, leaving no chance for that remaining player. Based on the first half, this is where Illyrians started winning. It's going to be a lot more difficult to do from the CT side. The nade does well to do a bit of damage to the Token side, but it's not really significant. As Rostic and Flame are tasked with taking bridge. Fogli, excuse me. Flame finds the first kill. Fogli positions himself at double doors to find the second one. And he definitely spotted out Adonis on sight there. So they know exactly where this man is. Adonis still somehow is able to take out Flame. Quickly traded by Fogli. And this time around, in this half, the trades have been so much better from Token compared to the first one. Rustic is lurking around water. Finds the player that was on bridge, and Kuta's been found by P-Back as well. Once again, the Ukrainian. It's like he just knows he picks the right angle every single time in that situation so far this game. A double up setup coming out from the CT side. Adonis adorns that secondary up. He is solo towards that A side, as he has been for the majority of this half so far. The boost in mid allows Flame to find the opening pick of the round. Flight moves out from the B site. Oh my goodness. Rostic, that is a spectacular kill to find Adonis. He's terrorized this man with the headshots on A to start this half. Hammerfly tried to rotate into heaven, but he's been found by Fogley. And Token Gaming are having a spectacular T-side so far. Insanity down in water. But he has a lot of angles to worry about. And again, P-back spotting out exactly where this remaining man is. Not able to get the kill this time around. Insanity was able to take out Nick as well, but he does get traded eventually. And looking at this score, I am not surprised that Rostic is top of the scoreboard. Particularly as this half he has been a menace with the headshots. And he's completely terrorized Adonis. Flame spamming the smoke on bridge. Fogley hears that there was two of them close to him on the other side of the wall. Dardy gets spammed through the smoke and he's down to just 20 HP. And now off the back of that, the CTs want to go aggressive on A. On B, rather. They flash one player in. The bomb is still sitting around outside ruins. Token playing very slow in this T half. You can see how far back Dardy is sitting now in mid. After all that damage he was received through the smoke. Nick goes down as Hammerfly. It's his turn with a pistol to take out his counterpart. And my goodness, that is a spectacular shot onto Fogley. Just the top of his head was visible, and he still finds the angle. But he walks back into P-back. Ukrainian IGL answering things back, and Rostic, the man that has been a menace on 8, found the man equalizer. Flame lurking in mid, found another, and Rostic exiting back out of middle. My goodness, Rostic and Flame, one by one, taking out the remaining of the CTs. It's 13-9 on the score. Token Gaming have won every single round this half so far. And a change of things once again for the CT side. Kuta's just going to go straight through that smoke. Needs to be careful. There is a player about to peek him from stairs, but P-back goes down. Flame, meanwhile, did find Dardy in mid. Adonis. This time around, Rostic looking the wrong way, having to worry about Kuta, who had found that kill in water. And that kill is exactly the dividing factor between Adonis potentially going down to Rostic again. That kill being a free one. The trade in middle is spectacular from Token, as Fogley goes down trying to exit from double doors, but Flame there in window instead. So bridge and mid control is firmly in Token's grasp, but they do still have a man disadvantage. Flame not wasting any time pushing into Palace, and he's found Kuta. That's the low HP player dealt with. They do still have two AWPers to deal with. Adonis going aggressive on A once again. He's going to figure out that there's no one here. But Flame has a lot of angles to check, but the timing favours him. Hammerfly moves from position at just the wrong moment, and Flame continues his aggression and finds Adonis in water as well. 3 kills to clean up the round, and this man joins P-back and Rostic on top of the scoreboard. And Token Gaming, they put themselves 2 rounds away from winning their first game this season. Illyrians gonna have to change something up on their CT side because it's not working. A lot of their aggression has been shut down pretty quickly. So I plug in my 12% battery phone. Aggression on B again, and Fogley gets the perfect timing to deal with it. Cooter's just going to come out dry again. Does catch Fogley off guard, but that is a very risky peek to take. And Adonis, that's not a very favourable fight in mid as well. Down he goes. And Dardy has several players coming his direction from 3 completely different angles. And just as he takes out Flame, P-Mac comes in from main. And Nick. You can see the confidence that Token have in this half, because Nick's wanting to push up into heaven with the orb, the scope in. Gonna alert Cuter to where he was, but he misses the spray. And Nick is able to find the kill instead, on the trade from P-Back again is spectacular. As Amafly was able to take out the AWP, but didn't stand a chance at flicking back to take out the Ukrainian instead. And now Token Gaming have a significant number of match points available to close out this game. And with barely any money, Illyrians are in a very tight spot. Utility available is dire at best, and they've already been taken out once and twice in this round. Dardy found on bridge. Hammerfly trying to aggress into water, goes down, but Cooter's there for the trade, so there's one back. It's at the cost of a significant amount of health, though. And a couple of players looking to enter their way into B. Down goes Nick, traded by Fogley. Adonis retakes control of bridge, and that's the bomb control as well. He does have Disanity for backup. Fogley goes down. Did deal a lot of damage to Disanity. And now Rostic, he's found the first for this 1 versus 2. Can he get the second as well? No, he can't. Looking the wrong way, and Adonis positions himself well to keep Illyrians alive in this game. I don't think they stand a chance at breaking Token's economy before the end of this. Illyrians have so much work to do to get back into this game. Completely leaving A to start off this round. It's risky considering how much of a menace Rostic has been on that A site. And the grenades this time in this half from Token haven't been the most spectacular. They've not dealt a lot of damage, but it has been a little bit of chip damage here and there. This round is a bit slower from the Illyrian side. But a couple of their players have been found. In fact, Flame has found both of those mid players. Adonis tries to stop the connector push, but he receives a lot of damage. He's done a lot to Flame, but he's not going to be able to do anything about it. No, he is in fact. Adonis able to take out both Fogley and Flame. But he is left alone because Nick found the A player. Or the B player, rather. And that kill from Nick, Adonis backed completely off, thinking it was going to be a B plant. Instead, it was A, because they committed him behind him. And P-Back, once again, was spectacular in those remaining man situations to find the right angle to hold.